Welcome back. In this video, we are going to create our endpoint to start creating our first to-do. So let's get started. So inside our controller, this is where our business logic is going to reside. We can do everything inside the route, but ideally, is the more common way is what to place all your logic inside your controller. But before that, let me show you what we mean. Then I'll refactor application and then move into controller to make it easier for you to understand what I'm talking about here. Alright, so inside our route, let's bring in, let me create only one file called to-do route.js, and we need to bring in express const express, and this time around we don't need the server, okay, but we need the route function. Okay, so let me collapse this one, and then on this express we have what is called router. Okay, so let me call this one const route is equal to express.router. Express dot it's going to be express.route express.router, like that. Okay, so here on this route we have all the HTTP method like .get, .post, and whatever. So for now, let's make the post request. So .post, like that, and it's gonna give you the endpoint. Okay, so let me call this one to do, and the function to be called. Okay, I'm gonna use arrow function here as that. Sorry, arrow function like that. And in here we have what is called request and then response. Okay, so let's just send something to the user. Response.send, and let me send this one to do post. Exactly. Alright, so let's try to export this one so that it's accessible inside our server. And then let me call this one route. Exactly. So now we have our route being created. So let's go to our server and then let's bring in the server. Alright. So with this, let me bring it after the connect. Let me call this one route. Okay. So let me have, so the app.use. Okay. App.use is also a middleware. Okay, I'm going to pass in. So the first endpoint will be the API, and then the name of our route. Let me call this one. Let me bring in the route. Okay, we name it as route. Let me have the auto import. Now I have the auto import here. As you can see, let's bring in the route we created here. We export here as that. So with this in place, everything is working. Okay, so now this is a middleware. You pass in the name of our route and then the API, the endpoint. Okay, so in this part, it needs to be like API/todos. Okay, this is the parent, and anything after will be a children of it. So it will be API/todos, and you have access to this function to be called here. Sorry, it's not like this, but it's like that. Is like this. Sorry, guys. Alright, so let's try this one inside our Postman. So let's head over to Postman and then let's create one collection. Let me name this one to do. Okay, and the request will be create to do. Let me say create. So the URL will be localhost. Is it http//localhost/5000/API/todos. That's our endpoint, which is post. So let me make it post here, and then let's send what we have. I think I have an error. So let's see from our console what is wrong here. Let's see. Express is not defined on to-do's route. Okay, to-do's route line 3. Line 3 is, oh sorry, is express, not express. Okay, so let's try again and let's send, and I hope we have to do post. Now it's working. So let me save this one, tell my postman. Okay, so now let me explain to you what is about the controller. Now we are going to create the to-dos here, okay, by bringing our model. So we need to move this logic from here, okay, into a separate function. Okay, so let me cut it and let's see. Okay, so I'm going to head over to our controller and paste that function there, and then call it inside our route here. So let me call this one to-do controller, to-do controller.js. Okay, so it's a function. So let me call this one const create to do is equal to a function. Let me paste what I copied. Okay, a function, but I'll make use of async here, like that, as you can see. So let me just export this one, module.export, because I will export multiple of files, functions here. So create to do's. So let me bring this one here inside our route. Okay, so go up here and then paste it, and let's see, we have the auto import. Boom, we have it. So next, let me copy this one and then paste it here as that. So exactly the same thing, but just that we have extracted that logic into its own file. Okay, so this is what we call the controller. So let's see if we have the same functionality here. So let's click, boom, we have the same exactly as it is. Okay, so now that we have it, let's create the actual to do. So what do we need? We need to bring in the model that we created. Where is it? Let me show you. This one. Okay, we was going to create a copy of it. Okay, an instance of this model. So let's go to do controller here and bring the to do. I think I'll have the auto import. It didn't work this time around. Yeah, I have it. And then I have the auto import. Didn't work for me. Yeah, I have the auto import. Then inside my response here, let me make use of try and catch, because I make use of async await here. And then so const to do is equal to await. Okay, to do, await to do dot create. Remember, on the to do model from Mongoose, we have a function called create. So MongoDB, create and find. So all the operation can be done on the model. So what we need right now is just to create. Okay, so it's a function, and then we pass in the things that the to do need. Okay, and it needs what? It needs the title and description. Okay, and we can get that one from request.body. Alright, so let's just pass in all of things here, rec.body. So the request.body is coming as something like this. Okay, so to be title here, and then request.body.title, and then description will be like that. Okay, so I don't do this way. I just bring in all the request.body, but we can go by this option too. I just want to make the code really simple and short, so I'm passing rec.body as that. And if something goes wrong, let's send response.json, and then let's send the error. But if everything goes on well, let's rest.json file, JSON, and let's send the to do. So with this, let's try. So inside our postman, let's send something to this. So go to body, none, and then raw, and then text, select JSON, then let's pass in the title here. Let me call this one node, and the description here will be learn node. Let's send and let's see what we have. Right, as you can see, we get an error tell us that validation error, please description is required from our mongoose, our model here, as you can see. So it means that we are not getting the request into our server, the incoming request. An incoming request is what is called this one, the body, this one. Okay, this is an incoming request coming to our endpoint of this. So we are not getting the actual data coming in. So let's try and go to do controller, and then let's console log request of body, which is coming in, and let's see why it's so. Okay, rec dot body. Let's see. Let me send again. Go to my terminal. It's undefined, and the problem is that by default, Express does not pass the incoming request. Okay, so to do that, okay, we need to configure our server in a little bit. So let me name this one as middleware. Okay, here, and middleware is a function that is called before getting to our response and request. Okay, so on app.use, before the early version of Express, we need to install another package called body parser. But with this current version of Express, we have that function on express.json. Okay, so with this line of code, we are good to go. So let's try again and let's see. Let's send, and I hope we are going to create our first to do. So let's go to our terminal and see. We have it. Now we have our request of body coming in. Perfect. And let's see what we have. Exactly. So when you go to our MongoDB and let's check our collections, and hopefully you will see that that to do has been created successfully. All right. So this is how we create making a post request to create to do inside our application like that. So as I told you, we have to do's here, and then now we have it inside our DB. All right. So in the next video, we are going to fetch what we have created. All right. So let's get started with that in the next video.